Hi guys, we're gonna have coffee in the kitchen with Jen this morning. I've been off on my time a little bit because I'm looking at my clock on the wall and it's actually like 5 minutes slow. So then I always look at my watch and I'm like, oh my goodness, it's time. But it's time for my 11 o'clock cup of coffee. I seem to have one every day at this time, whether I'm with you guys or I'm just by myself. So yes, I have Pepe down here and he's already begging for carrots. So if you see me dig down in this bag, this is for him. He knows when I'm cooking that. Every time he hears me, if I have the window open now, which it's beautiful outside, so I've been opening my windows all morning and I've been loving it. When I say like this just warms my heart, this kind of weather, I'm really excited. Hi Aunt Lee, how are you? How is everything up in North Carolina? That's one of my favorite spots to visit, is North Carolina in the fall with the leaves and the mountains, so beautiful. All right. So today we're going to be making spinach and artichoke soup. We've made spinach and artichoke dip and pasta even. So we've made it into a soup, and at the restaurant everybody loved it and it's one of my favorites. I love spinach and artichoke dip. So hi Lisa, I hope you're healing well. And there's my girl Joan, another Jersey girl. So happy to have you guys. All right, so let me get started. This just has a few ingredients as always. I'm not a huge, here Pepe, there's some carrots. Threw some carrots down, so he'll be busy for a couple minutes. I'm not a huge ingredient person like I like to. Hi Jen, let's make soup. You know it, girl. This is definitely soup season and I love it. So I get happy at this time of year. And you know what? My son is sick today. He's working, but he woke up this morning and he's so sick. And I said, he goes, Mom, will you make me chicken noodle soup when I get home? But I'm going to do him one better, and I'm going to have spinach and artichoke soup for him. So I'm really happy. There's my girl, Lisa. I hope you're doing better. Okay, so I already have my pot going here, and I just have it on medium-high right now. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons of butter. So I'm just gonna cut that in half because that's 2 tablespoons. Okay, and I like to use butter because it just adds a tiny bit of richness and a lot more flavor and stuff like that into the soup. So I like to start mine off with butter. And that's melting down. Pepe, stop it. He's already after me for snacks. I'm gonna give him some of this spinach for this soup. Here, buddy. There you go, Pepe. Okay. So to the butter that is melting nicely in here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to chop one like medium onion. And we're going to dice it up because, you know, the smaller you dice something, maybe things are in your way. I'm not sure. Let me try to get everything out of the way here so you guys can see. Okay. The smaller you dice something, obviously the quicker it's going to cook. And we want this soup. So I have like a beautiful soup urn. I found it like a yard sale, and it came with like the ladle, and I found the soup bowls to it, and I'm like, you know, you're always like, oh, I'm gonna use this, I'm gonna use this, I'm gonna use this. I can't find it. So I know it's somewhere in here. Okay, so we're gonna get this onion going. I just chopped it in half. And like if you wanna make a little dice on an onion, you know, you cut it from end to end off, and then you put your hand flat, and then you just gently go through the middle of it, and then you just cut slits down. And what this does, it kind of makes like a checkerboard. So you're going to have lots of little diced onions. And the only seasoning in this soup is salt and pepper. That's it, because all the flavor is going to come from everything else. And I see that my friend Lisa is watching, and I gotta tell you, Lisa loves my soups at the restaurant. She actually orders some. She wanted to take a lot home with her one night, and I keep saving them and putting them in like the big plastic quart-size things. So the freezer at Amici's is quite filled with different soups. So anybody that needs them. All right, so we're putting our onion in and getting this going. Okay, and then if you're like me, you can live off of soup. I could easily have soup every day and not get sick of it because they're just so versatile. You can just do so many things with them, and I love them. All right, and they're good for vegetarians and they're good for meat lovers. So you could do either or. Lisa, yes, I do. I know you do. I miss you. I haven't seen you. Hi, Linda. How are you? Linda lives up where my mama lives, so I'm happy to have her join. Okay, so I have my onion going here, and it's just sauteing up in this nice rich butter. And in the beginning, if you missed it, that's what I said. I like to use butter because it adds just a little more depth of flavor in here, and it just kind of makes it a little bit more velvety. It's really great. So we have those going, and of course we're just gonna, you know, put some salt and pepper in here, and you can use your discretion, but I would say probably, you know, a teaspoon of each. That's all. And the minute you start to put salt on onions or any type of vegetable, they start to sweat. So it makes them cook a lot faster. All right, so we have our thing going here on medium high. And the next thing I wanted to show you, okay, so then we're gonna, now we have a bed of onions and salt and pepper here. And then we're gonna put in, the recipe calls for a tablespoon of chopped garlic. So I'm just gonna go ahead, I'm gonna press the juice out of this. It's gonna go ahead and put in 1 tablespoon of chopped garlic. If you've ever had the spinach and artichoke dip that I love, we all love so much, you know it's got a lot of garlic in it. So I put a whole tablespoon in this, and it works out really good. Beautiful here to upstate New York. I know, I'm so happy for you guys. It's wonderful. I know you guys have been in a dry spell, you know, but then you got rain, so my mom keeps me posted, Linda, of all the weather up there. All right, so this is cooking down, and we have our onions, salt and pepper, and now our garlic. Okay, so I wanted to show you the artichoke that we're using. So I got my artichoke in a can, and this comes from my food vendor, Aroma. But these are whole artichokes, and they're in just in water. But we order ours whole like this. So they're already cooked and soft. I mean, come on, guys. If you were going to take an artichoke and do this, it's a lot of work. So we save ourselves time, and we already get them cooked. Okay, so it's a soft whole artichoke. I see Rhett. The Amici soups. Nothing. Thank you, Rhett. Yeah. I love the soups. I take pride in the soups. They're just something for me to do every day, like, you know, but now I've been cooking every day at the restaurant. So besides soups, I'm actually cooking the meals. All right. So when you have these artichokes like this, they're too big to put in the soup. So we're going to, love you too. So we're going to cut them in half in quarters like this. Okay. This way, when you put them in here, you know, you don't have a big piece of artichoke, because sometimes these can be a little bit fibrous still, so it's like, you know, hard to kind of chew unless you cook it for a long time. All right, Pep, there you go. He's really on a mission today to get every carrot out of the bag. All right, and I have an actual whole bowl of these. So this is a can, one 14-ounce can that we're just gonna put in here. And I'm just stirring this around. Now, before I put my artichokes in, I'm going to put my flour in, because we have to have something in here that's going to thicken the soup. And we can just put, this is 3 tablespoons of flour, so we just put that in. And we're going to kind of cook it a little bit, because whether you know it or not, flour is raw. It took me a long time to know that. I just always, you know, always would see my mom, you know, put it into things and make a roux and cook it around. But I never knew it was raw, but it has a raw flavor on it. So we're cooking this flour a little bit to get that raw flavor out. And the next thing we're gonna do, we have our flame on like medium, because you want this low, because we're going to put 1.5 cups of heavy cream. This is a rich soup. You could put milk if you want it. It will taste the same, but I'm all go for the gusto. So if I'm going to make this soup, I want to make it right. So it's heavy cream. Of course, you know, at the restaurant, when we make big soups like this, we kind of take a little bit of shortcut, and instead of heavy cream, which is very expensive right now, we would use milk instead. And it does come out the same, like I said. Okay, so everything is sauteing in here, getting nice and bubbly. And then, okay, so I'm just gonna take that off of the end of the spoon. Pepe, being a bad boy today. I'm gonna throw him some spinach. All right, that's cooking. And the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put in actually the spinach. So you're supposed to use, you could use like an 8-ounce package of frozen spinach, you know, and you take it out, you thaw it, and you get it all nice and thawed, and you squeeze the water out of it. But today I'm gonna use fresh spinach. Why? It's because I had it. I usually have frozen spinach, but today I had fresh. So I'm gonna use it. And you can improvise like that. If you didn't have frozen, use fresh, or vice versa. I like to have both because I like to add spinach to my salad. And I am chopping it up a little bit, even though it says baby spinach on here. These leaves and stuff on here are a little bit, the stems on them are a little bit long. So we're gonna just kind of give these a rough chop. There we go. This way we don't have these long stems in there. And I'm going to put it right into the creamy mixture. Throw that in there. Pep, you should be outside. This pig cracks me up, really. I mean, I'm trying to see everybody on there. Hi, cuz, how are you? My other cousin from Jersey on there. Peppy should be outside enjoying this air, but instead, he has fear of missing out, and he's in here with his mother trying to get all the scraps that fall. But as soon as we're done here, we will go outside and enjoy the beautiful air. I'll probably go in the garden. I have like 18 eggplants to cook. They're just going crazy this year, the eggplant. And I think it's because we had so much rain here in South Carolina. So they just got really, really full and beautiful. And I just keep cutting them and bringing them to the restaurant. And that's, you know, that's what it is. Okay, so I have my spinach in here now that I added. And this is actually like a really creamy mixture. I wanted to show you what this looks like now. Because remember, we thickened it with the flour. So it's got the heavy cream in here, salt and pepper, onion, garlic, and spinach. All right, are we ready to put the artichoke in? Yes, we are. So we're just gonna add the artichoke. Guys, I could probably eat this as is. It's so good, it smells so good. And everything is coming together. Now comes the best part of this whole thing, the cream cheese. Yep, we're gonna put cream cheese in here and we're gonna let it melt down. So we're gonna just cut it into small little blocks like this. This is almost gonna be exactly like the dip, but we're pretty much adding chicken broth to it. And we're gonna just keep going. This is a whole block of cream cheese. I love cream cheese. It adds so much flavor to things. So next week, I want to tell you guys, it's going to be our 3rd week doing soups. And I've really been researching them and really seeing like what might be good for you guys to make. Everybody knows how to make minestrone. You know, everybody knows how to make chicken noodle by now. So I want to give you guys soups that you may not be familiar with. So that's why I wanted to do this one. And then I found a soup with cream cheese, and it's got chicken in it, and it's got gnocchi, and it's got a little bit of kale, and it's got sun-dried tomatoes, and my God, is it good. So I think that's the one that we're gonna do next week. Nancy and I'll come to the restaurant to, yay, you're gonna come tonight, I'm so happy. Hi, Barb, love you. Did you see I used off of the spatula you gave me? I said I'm doing everything with gusto. All right, guys, this is cooking up so beautiful. The cream cheese is pretty much melted already. I wanted to show you. Let me just see if I could take this off the burner and show you a shot here. And so this is all nice and creamy. Guys, I can't stop. I want to get like a chip and dip in there. And the last thing we're going to do is we're going to put in a cup of Parm cheese. So this is Parm cheese that you get in the block, and I like to grate mine, and then I just keep it in here and I use it. So we're gonna put in a cup, and I think 2 of my handfuls probably is a cup. But I promise on the recipe I won't write 2 handfuls. I will put a cup. I do that all the time. So I wanted to let you know that my cookbook is available on Amazon, and I'm so excited about it because, like, my friend Michelle, who helped me publish it, and my daughter Abby, she came to the restaurant last night and showed me how to get them off of Amazon for you guys. So the people that pre-ordered them from me, stop Pep, the people that pre-ordered them from me will get them October 5th. October 5th, they will be delivered to my house here via Amazon. Now, if you go to Amazon and you order it now, you just go under Jennifer French, or you type in home is where, and all of a sudden, all these home is where cookbook, all these cookbooks pop up, and I'm, I think, the 4th one down. And so you can just get it off of there and order it. And you can get that one by September, I think, 25th. So for the ones that pre-ordered, I'm sorry, they're coming October 5th, but you could go on Amazon and buy it. You can also get it in a Kindle version if you want to. Will you? Of course I will sign yours again. Of course I will. You guys are near and dear to my heart. I love you guys. Okay, this is done. We're gonna put the chicken stock in now. 4 cups of chicken stock, guys. This is the last step. So we'll go over, we did the butter, we did the onions, we did the salt and pepper and the garlic, and we did the flour, we did the spinach, the artichoke, the cream cheese. And now we're just gonna stir this all together. We're gonna get it all mixed up. We're gonna let it simmer for about 15-20 minutes. You really just want to, hi Mary, I was waiting for you to join, how are you? Mary, where are you joining us from? Because I know a lot of people are Jersey. Will you? Of course I will, Joan. You are my soul sister. You know that. Okay, so I was waiting to see where I know Mary is joining us from somewhere, but I'm not sure. So this is going to simmer for about 15-20 minutes or so, and then you'll see it even start to thicken up more. I'm just going to get a tiny spoon and taste it for the flavor to make sure I put in enough salt and pepper. I have it on medium-high going now. We don't really want to put it on any higher than that because you don't want the cream to curdle. So you have to remember that. That's in there. Let me get a spoon here and a bowl. I should have gotten a soup bowl, but like I said, I cannot find my soup crocks. Okay, I know it's not ready probably to eat yet, but I wanted to show you guys what it looks like. Maybe I can get a ladle and let's test this and see. I love it. It is like eating the spinach and artichoke dip in a warm cream. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievably good. This is a great soup. I researched some more, and next week we're going to be making the chicken tortellini one with the cream cheese and sun-dried tomatoes and stuff. Pepe, no, honey. Here, baby. Here. Here's some spinach. I want to show you guys what this looks like now that it's all done. So even though I can't eat it at the moment because it does take, I want it to all come together, so it does have to come to like a small low boil, like a little simmer. The little simmer, you see the bubbles around the side, and then it'll just start bubbling a little bit inside, and that's when you know it's going to be perfect. The cream cheese is all melted. I have little bits of artichoke and spinach that I topped. I see little specks of pepper in here. So good. You know, I'm just gonna get a ladle so I can show you guys in the ladle what it looks like. Hold on. Where is my ladle? I'm right here, guys. Here we go. Oh, also, let me show you what I made. I also made this today. This is maybe 3 days old. This is homemade vanilla. So this is just one of those Bon Marie jams. Cleaned it out, and then I filled it up with Tito's vodka. You could use house vodka if you want to. And then I bought Madagascar vanilla beans. And I kind of took a knife and slit them open, took out a little bit of the beans, and then I put them in the vodka. And this is just 3 days old. And look at this beautiful vanilla. So you can see the beans, like the vanilla beans and the vanilla stalks in there. So I'm gonna leave this. I shake it every once in a while, and I'm gonna leave it out on my counter, and it's gonna be the most delicious vanilla that you could ever have for baking. I highly recommend it. It's so much better than the stuff that you get at the store to make your own. And they're also really cute little Christmas gifts. If you put them in bottles with the vanilla beans, they look great. Okay, guys, let me show you what this soup looks like. Now you get yourself a nice crusty piece of bread. Okay. So it'll ladle in like this, see it? And as it continues to cook, it will become thicker, just like, you know, a regular soup. So I'm gonna put it right here and show you guys. See all the artichoke in there and the spinach, and I did use fresh spinach, so you can use it. And I'm already gonna try it. It's really good, guys. I'm telling you, make this soup. Of course, you know, I will put up the recipe for you guys. I'm trying to see. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it so much. Now that I started, I can't stop, and it really should cook a little bit more. It's just so good. I love it. Mary. It is good. I'm telling you, when you make this, you're gonna want to dip a nice piece of crusty bread in it. I can't stop eating it now that I started. It's perfect for the fall, guys. All right, I thank you guys for watching. I love having my coffee with you guys. And I will see you next week when we're gonna make chicken tortellini soup. Have a great day. Get outside, open the windows, it's beautiful. Come on, Pep, let's go. Come on, Peppy.